Hello and welcome to Spoilers of War. This movie's on Terminator Dark Future. Now, what we get in this movie is a lot of the same. There hasn't been a really great Terminator movie since T2, and they've all kind of been along the same lines of there's a bad future thing that happens and robots take over, then someone is there to stop it, so the robots send somebody back from the future in their time machine to try to stop them from getting destroyed by the human. Now, every time a robot's sent back and somebody's sent back to stop the robot. So, as long as time travel exists, Hollywood knows that they've got a franchise that will never die. What I'd really like to see is an end to all of these in some way that they perhaps kill the guy that's making the time machines, actively pursue anybody seeking time travel so that we can stop these movies. Now, as far as it goes for action movies, it's not a bad action movie. There's good set pieces, the music's pretty good, the pacing's pretty fast. Honestly, there isn't anything really wrong with the movie other than we've seen several of these and possibly it doesn't need to exist. Had pretty good acting. I especially appreciate the new enemy Terminator who has a southern accent. He's a very likable Terminator character. And we get Sarah Connor back again. Linda is back at it, much older. And we've got Arnold Schwarzenegger. Even though he's in his 70s, he comes back and plays a pretty convincing Terminator. Yes, the same one from T2. So let's jump right into the story of the movie. It does have some plot holes. This time around, right out of the gate, we have Sarah Connor watching her son John grow, and she finds out that the robots from the future sent not just one, but several robots to kill John back to the past. So she's been actively trying to find and destroy them. However, her son John Connor still gets killed. Now, somehow that doesn't alter the timeline and allow Skynet to rise up in the future, which seems like a plot hole to me, because the whole point of them sending robots back was to kill John. No, he ends up getting killed anyway by a different Terminator, played by Arnold Schwarzenegger. But not the cheesy CGI younger version. Actual 70-year-old Arnold is in this movie, and he just leaves after killing John. So she gets random mysterious text messages telling her when and where robots are going to come from the future. She goes and finds them and kills them. However, this time around, we get a robot who can duplicate himself into two robots trying to kill an augmented human who has the power to fight and not immediately be killed by the Terminators. She's been sent back to save a female who's not going to have the baby that's going to save the world in the future, but is the woman who's going to save humanity in the future. And they're not fighting Skynet now, they're fighting an army of robots that call themselves Legion. So Legion has sent back their best, and he's not good enough to defeat this augmented female with the help of Sarah Connor and the help of retired T2 Arnold Schwarzenegger, who is, even after killing John, somehow a good guy robot who's developed a conscience over the years and now wants to help them. So they fight in typical fashion. They can't kill the robot, but somehow stun him and always knock out this robot long enough for them to get away. And it concludes with the human that was sent back dying, while Sarah gets to live and protect the new female protagonist who's going to save the future. And then, of course, Arnold's robot and the enemy robot both perish in the battle. So it's pretty copy and paste, in my opinion, for Terminator movies. If you just want to watch an action movie, it's a fine action movie. If you don't care about the plot holes, or anything new developing in the storyline, because there really isn't. It's the same thing every time. But, like I said, it has decent action, decent acting. It has decent set pieces, although they're pretty familiar. The music's not bad. The cinematography is fine. And it's a pretty well-rounded Terminator movie. If you have never seen one before, you might like it a little bit more. But if you've seen the other Terminators, you're just going in for more of the same. Anyway, that's all I've got to say. It's a beautiful fall day today. You guys have a good one.